Hey guys, so today I'm just gonna do that requested video that I got for how curly my hair can actually be. I love big hair, I love curly hair, I love volume and just like messy. But on the flip side, I also really like having my hair just sort of straight and clean looking and slicked back and everything as well. So it's really fun for me to mix it up, go back and forth. It's sort of straightforward. It's kind of like, here's what you do, and then just do it and then repeat constantly until it looks the way that you want it to look. Number one thing that I use is a wet brush. I don't know how often you're supposed to replace a brush. Oh well. I know maybe to some people that kind of sounds like a gimmick or something, but it is honestly the best, especially if you have like tangly hair. I need to brush it all the time, especially because it's treated. I am obviously more prone to breakage and things like that, so it's thin and it's fine, which makes it look sleek and shiny, but there's a ton of it, so it gives me the volume. I do have kind of the ideal hair for straight or curly or whatever, and I know that not everybody's hair works that way, so that does make this a bit hard. Just because what works for me doesn't mean it will for you, but hopefully this will at least kind of put you in the right direction, or you can try it. You can just see how it goes, and that's sort of the point. I don't know, I'm gonna do my best. So I'm just gonna quick go through my products, and then we're gonna get into it. Now I use the Finola No Yellow shampoo, and I believe that they have a no orange as well. This product was recommended to me by my hairstylist, who I pretty much trust no matter what. I have probably used a dozen different types of purple shampoos. My mom was a hairdresser, so she can buy salon quality products, and it is by far the most hardcore purple shampoo I've ever used. I used to love the L'Oreal Professional one, and then the other one that I used was called Shimmering Lights, I believe. It was a big purple bottle, but this one, I swear to God, I can have it in my hair for 30 seconds and it is silver. I used the shampoo, I left it in, kind of massaged it around for about 30 seconds, and now it's completely more ash toned. And if I leave this in for, say, anywhere from a minute to 5 minutes, it will go straight up purpley silver and not gross looking. It is like this majestic color. It is so like, oh my god, it is so pretty, and I love it. It's amazing, and it's really cool. I always get compliments or comments or whatever on it, and then if I take a shower and I don't use the purple shampoo again for a bit, it just sort of naturally fades into a more natural looking color. So honestly, it's amazing. It is the best purple shampoo you will ever use. I swear to you, Finola, killing it. Killing it. It's so nice. Oh my god, I love it. So I know everybody is on that Briogeo kind of hair mask kick, but this one here, this is the L'Oreal Professional. I have been using this mask since I first had it used on me at a salon when I lived out west, and my hairstylist out there, she used it on me, and I have not gone to a different mask since, and I am somebody who bleaches my hair. I have gone from the whitest of white to black, to back and forth to every color in between. I have done everything to my hair, and this shit is the bomb. Because I need to protect my hair, especially because it is so strongly treated, and I went blonde very slowly this time around, so it's nice because I've kept my length, like, while maintaining it being healthy as well, so I'm really, really proud of myself. So this is a leave-in spray that I put on when my hair is wet and I get out of the shower, and it is the Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil. It is a heat/UV protective primer, and it is for dry to very dry hair. Right, and then I'm just gonna spritz it through. I typically try to keep most products like this, anything that's like very hydrating or anything, up, and then I won't really go too much farther than like up here. Maybe just a little bit more around the actual framing of my face. Gonna go ahead and try and figure out how to do this while on camera so that you guys are actually seeing it. And this stuff doesn't actually really feel like anything. Like, my hands just feel like they have water on them. I am notorious for using any mousse that is on sale, so I wouldn't say that this is the best mousse that I've ever used, but I also don't even know what the best one I've ever used would really be. And it's the Extra Hold one. So the thing with curly hair is that you don't brush it. You don't brush out your curls. The thing with like a mousse or curling your hair is you kind of want them to almost, not fuse, but kind of gather together. And and to accentuate each other. So as soon as you start brushing them out and removing from them each other, everything starts expanding. They all pull apart. That's where that frizzy or bushy, and like not in a good way, look comes into play. Scrunch them together and let them work together to just sort of become one. Now I do sometimes brush them out a little bit, but we'll get into that later, so don't do anything crazy. Don't brush your hair. And again, this is mostly without me touching my hair at all, so it's a little bit bleh right now, and we're just gonna oomph it back up. Now I use a very decent amount of mousse, okay? So the whole thing is that when I use the mousse, obviously I put it in my hand, I mix it up in my hand, and then I will flip my hair over again, and I will just do this. You're gonna see me scrunching it up. Imagine like a slinky. You know when you pull a slinky apart, but then it goes back in together? That's what you do. You're making your hair into a slinky, okay? So hopefully that translates well. Anywho, like I'll probably use like double to triple this amount as I go through, but I just like to start off a little bit. And I'm just gonna flip my hair over and I'm gonna start putting it in and working it through. I'm gonna distribute it as evenly as I can. Make sure you do the back of your head where your crown is, so back here. Don't neglect there. You don't want like the back of your head to look dumb, right? Big thing here. Do I always use this? No. Does my hair look way better when I do? Yeah, it's really annoying. So now this is an attachment for your hair dryer. It is a diffuser, and it just clicks on like this. So one of the biggest things here is how you use it. So obviously when I actually start using it, I'm gonna skip through it and I'm gonna turn the sound off and stuff because you don't wanna hear me blow drying my hair. Like nobody loves that sound. Obviously there's like a lower setting and usually a higher setting on hair dryers. I would do the lower setting always. If you do the higher, it'll just kind of, like it'll just blow your hair every which way, and that's not really what we want. And then I kind of dabble back and forth between the heat. I usually don't love to superheat my hair too much, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So I try to kind of stick to the lower setting. If I find it needs a little bit more oomph, I might turn it to the hotter setting for a little bit. I don't know. So when it's on the lower blast setting, what I do is, granted doing this in front of the camera is a little bit harder, okay? So the number one thing I would say is flip your hair upside down, and then when you flip it back over, do it side to side like this. So what you're gonna do is, you're gonna take the bottom of your hair, and I hold it like this. This is how I hold it. And I just push my hair up, okay? So I'll just keep doing that with my hair flipped over every which way, all over, okay? And do not neglect the back here, okay? Do not neglect that because it will look flat and that will look dumb and you don't want that. So don't neglect anything. You should hold it, okay, too? It's not the same as like when you're blow drying your hair and you're like, hold it for a little bit. Like let it do its thing, don't move it. You're not moving it, you're just hanging on. You're like, okay, we're here now, we're gonna do this. And then you're like, okay, cool. And then you move on to your next spot. And then you're like, okay, cool. And then you move to the next, and you just do it all around your head. And if any spots are still wet, or they need a little bit more help, then go over them. Just keep going around, rotating around and everything. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna skip. Alright guys, so as you can clearly see, I have a little bit of issue with some that just, it's so weird. Like some go really curly, some are a little bit straighter and whatever, and I'll yank on them and whatnot. Usually I will have to touch up some of the ones around my face just because they're, I don't know why, but I usually have to. So in that scenario, what I will do is I will take a thin curling wand. You want to kind of mimic the shape that your curls are already taking, unless you're the type of person that like wants to fake it and completely fake all of your curls. You could also do that with this. The only thing is natural real curls don't curl all one way. They'll curl forward and the other ones will curl backwards or whatever. So you kind of have to go back and forth and mix it up because that'll look like more natural if you're gonna do that. But yeah, I don't know why. This time especially, also because I've been yanking on this one. I've been definitely, like, that looks so funny. I've been really yanking on that one and playing with it. And usually the ones at the very front of my face, I kind of like to do them away. Strap away. And let it go. And then you gotta pull on it though, because you don't want it to be like a Shirley Temple super curl. These are pretty key to life, especially if you have curly hair. And again, I kind of don't mind if it's brushed out a little bit, but you don't want to like completely screw it up. So I'll just kind of lightly, especially the ends, I don't love it when they look like crusty and stuff, so it kind of fluffs them up a little bit. That's why I do the middle part. So when I flip it side to side, it looks good no matter what. And then just for everybody's reference, like I said, some of the ones in here curled really well on their own, and then I would touch up a few in between. So it is, like, I've kind of figured out my hair enough that I know how to make it look just like my natural curly hair. So it doesn't really look a whole lot different. A couple of the ones around the top, around the face, look a little bit more done up because I kind of held that curl a little bit longer, but they will relax more. All right guys, so this is it. This is how I get my big voluminous hair. I realize that not everybody's hair cooperates this way, so if you need to go through and you need to just like fake more of those curls with a thinner curling wand, then do that. Do what you gotta do, just because I don't have to do it as much. Or if you have like the curliest hair in the world and you don't even need to do that at all, then great, that's awesome for you. I doubt you'd be watching one of my videos if you actually had the curliest hair ever, so you know what I mean? Like, it just it kind of depends. It's how, if you have sort of wavy hair or kind of curly hair that doesn't really cooperate that well, and you want to figure out how to touch it up and make it look really good, or make it look like you have naturally really beautiful curly hair, then hopefully this was the video for you. I usually give like a full description of products that I used, and if I can, I'll link it down below so that you can find some of the same stuff. If you're somebody who has no idea what they're doing and you just want to copy some of the stuff that I'm using, I'm totally cool with that. So I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.